Welcome everyone to another episode of Around the Block Talk. Today we have with us Hanene Maupas. She is the Chief Executive Officer at MUS, which is in the space of building B2B Metaverse. And very happy to have you for the talk today. Very excited to hear what you have for us. And I hand it over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Pratik, for having me.
Hanene, we can start our discussion with the first question that we have today. So we would really like to know, what is a B2B metaverse actually, and how is it based on blockchain? How is blockchain integrated?
Yeah, the B2B metaverse is, let's say, the business version of the metaverse, the whole metaverse. Means this B2B metaverse is dedicated to B2B activities. Typically, you know that the metaverse is a digital place that is a bridge, the virtual world and the physical world, where people can meet, can interact, and have different activities. Gaming, but not only gaming, they can buy, socialize, exchange. The B2B metaverse is the B2B version, means people will have a workplace where they can meet, have business conferences, expo, have booths to visit, or any other B2B activity, but also contract, exchange, transact. And when it becomes to contracting, transaction, means you need more security, and this is how the blockchain is involved in the metaverse generally, but more in B2B metaverse, where we need really a secure framework, where we need also open and easy way to transact with the security. The blockchain, it's decentralized. You don't need to put in place an infrastructure like PKI or any other electronic signature, for example. The blockchain is one of the main components of the metaverse. In the metaverse, you have the infrastructure, means you need the cloud, you need the VR, you need how to prove the identity in some cases, you need avatars, you need, technology, the IoT, to connect and to learn from all the devices connected. But also you need, it's important to have security in this framework. This security will help in the transaction, means when people, communicate, we are sure about their identity. It will help also when we have to sign contracts between each other, whatever it is, centralized or decentralized approach. It will help also by signing our products, isn't it? Like NFT for digital assets. This is we need also for this. You can sign your digital twins, for example, to make sure that nobody will modify them, and this is typically why we need the blockchain. And the blockchain answer to a main question. I mean, what is the difference between Web 2 and Web 3? In Web 3, you will own part. You can own something in Web 3. Means you can own a digital place, you can own NFT, you can own assets. And of course, you need to sign that. You need to prove that those assets are yours, and those assets cannot change it without your approval. This is why blockchain is really a key technology for the metaverse, and more, I would have to say, for the B2B metaverse.
Certainly. So in terms of a metaverse, so how is a B2B metaverse actually different from let's say a consumer facing metaverse? So why do you think there's a need for this specific product in the market?
Yeah, because in B2B Metaverse, we have different experiences. In consumer, you can see that the most famous experiences is having a concert with music, is gaming, is buying land for brands, to attract consumer and to do some marketing. In B2B Metaverse, the experience is more on workplace, means replacing having more and more remote, remote working, somehow digitalizing the workplace and making people, working also from home, but not only through Zoom or through, let's say, Teams, with more interactivity. We can be together through the metaverse. We have a digital place and in this digital place, we can collaborate, we can work together in the same company. Okay. The second application, main application, is the B2B business development. Means I don't need anymore to go to all those expo worldwide physically. I can select 1, 2, 3 to go and continue, to have such kind of expo, such kind of product show through digital places where you have digital twins. You can look at the product, you can connect with the companies, you can benchmark in those big expo where you have digital and virtual booths and digital places to display instead of having physical booths. This is the second. And then the transactions means, I can, collaborate around the product and have transactions between companies. Typically, if we have a go-to-market, we want to have one product, 3 or 4 companies together. We can, collaborate on this product in R&D. Then we can, from R&D, go to market, collaborate together. We can sign all those contracts and this is why the blockchain is very important, and collaborate together digitally, to go together to the market. This is the 3 main, let's say, the 3 main applications that differ. You don't need the same digital place, means you don't need the same. Here we are speaking about live stream, about conferencing, about expo, about offices, workplace. When for the consumer, we are speaking about shops, about gaming, about places that different from in terms of look and feel, and in terms also of interactivity.
Right.
Did this answer to your question?
Yes, indeed. So, are you imagining a space for commerce over this metaverse where people can actually exchange payments or exchange value and digital goods on this metaverse? Sorry,
I did not catch your question.
So, are you imagining an entire commerce space in this metaverse where people are exchanging payments, people are exchanging digital assets, and all those things can be enabled through?
It started already. It's just started, means that if you look at what we are doing in Must Expo, for example, we launched this metaverse because we wanted, to have those experience, and we have currently more than 260 booths, companies like ST, like Renaissance. They are in tech companies, and they have their digital booths. They are really working on the metaverse. We have also companies that they decided to build their own B2B metaverse or their own metaverse, like Bonduel. Means the move is started, and already many companies are involved in the B2B metaverse, and started to build either their own metaverse or to participate to other metaverse like Must Metaverse.
Right. So in the current form, are you offering this metaverse as a service, or are you building custom metaverse for individual events? How are you operating?
Our offer and mission, our mission first is to say this metaverse is the future, and it will be key to keep the companies competitive. This is why we need to lower the barrier. Means every company, whatever startup, whatever big companies, tech companies, food companies needs, to build a strategy and to be part. This is why we made different offer. We made very, you can start the metaverse by just visiting, being in the metaverse, visiting, having your avatar, attending to conferences, looking at the booths for free. Means anybody can start, to interact with the metaverse for free. We also build an offer for small companies having a booth, just having a booth in this metaverse with your content. Then you can interact with the visitor. You can start to work with the other exhibitor content. More, big booths for companies who want to work their brand. And also we are able to build dedicated metaverse because we know how to do it, dedicated metaverse. But our mission is really to make the metaverse accessible and the B2B metaverse accessible to anybody and any company.
Right. So at this moment, your metaverse can be accessed for free by the companies, is it? And they can hold their events over there.
Yeah, they can. Means you can be a visitor. You can visit anytime, create your avatar, walk, exchange, attend to the conferences, ask a question to experts. All the education that we put in place is for free for visitor. Now, if you are a company, a brand, and you wanna, to start the metaverse, you can have a small booth. This is a small booth, to start with the small booth or a bigger booth. And to start to interact, to try what is it, the metaverse, to build your content, to share with social media, to start to interact, to see how to manage, because it's also a learning phase, isn't it, for any new technology. And this is why we offer the companies this opportunity to come, to build their booth, to build their content, to start to work on the metaverse and to start to work on their strategy. Then for companies who wanted to build their own ecosystem, we have already customers, big brands in France like Bonduel. They decided to build their own metaverse and their own business ecosystem. We build for them, metaverse, and we have other customers also that we did the same thing. But our mission is really to make the metaverse and the B2B metaverse accessible and, for anybody, and for free for all the visitors. And typically the metaverse also is a high driver for education, means you can learn a lot by visiting the booths, by visiting the conferences, watching the replays, asking a question to the experts. Means is really, in terms of education, I think the best tool that you can have currently, because it's interactive education. Means you can ask expert about it. It's not just learning from internet and learning article or learning. No, here you can really interact and you can, answer to questions, ask a questions. And this is why it makes education, more interactive and more efficient when you are in the metaverse.
Right, certainly. So at this moment, do you see the companies eager to adopt this technology? So is there a,
we see, this is what I mentioned, that we see, more and more company coming and trying either with the booth. We have more than 250. This is what I mentioned, that it started to try. We have more than 10,000 people registered to visit. And we have also, companies that decided, they have already made their decision to build their own metaverse. Means the move started, and I think is growing, and I think it's the future. Means Web3, and this is remind me time where companies, where many, said, oh, should I have a website? 20 years before, people, companies and small companies, should I have it makes sense to have a website? Why should I have a website? Now the question is, doesn't it? It doesn't, isn't it? It's not. It's no more a question. When you start any activity, you need to have this website. Then we went, oh, social media. Should we go to social media? Should we interact? It makes sense. And then we went to Web 2, and everybody now is promoting and is participating to social media. And Metaverse is this Web 3. This is a 3, let's say, wave, 3 evolution. And of course, people will come step by step, to participate.
Right, indeed. So you do see Metaverse as a website for Web3.
Yeah, I really see that all those websites to the websites will move to more immersive, more interactive website. Means instead of just having, looking at pages, I'm going to the company, visiting their 3D websites, because when it's 3D website, I can visit, I can learn by interacting. Means I can go to their manufacturing site and visit it in 3D, and for sure I will learn more, because my brain with all this interactivity will learn easier and better. I can exchange with people. I can interact with their products when they are in digital twin. Just a click, see, and turn the product and see it. It's not really only seeing an image or reading. Is experiencing the product on their website and using the product on their website.
Right, indeed. So also another challenge with this technology at this moment would be that the user experience is new. It's a very different kind of a user experience. So there's also a learning curve, I believe. Not everyone is accustomed to using a metaverse. What can be done with it? So how do you actually ensure, if someone who is not accustomed to this technology, how do they get onboarded, and that they are able to use it efficiently? How is that ensured?
Do you speak about the user experience itself, isn't it? This is what
Yes.
you are speaking. Yeah.
Yes.
In the user experience, you have many things. You have the material to access to the metaverse. We manage it to have, you can access through your laptop, you can access through your mobile, and you can access also with the devices and enjoy a different experience. Means what is important is to give people the opportunity to start and to try. You don't need only the device. The metaverse is not only 100% in virtual reality. It's not really the case. You can enjoy those virtual reality moments, but it's not only virtual reality. It's not only, this device is all devices. Then I think the main issue is the connectivity. Still, the connectivity, we are missing a strong connectivity, a good connectivity, isn't it? Everywhere in the world, by the way. It's not, and I think with 5G, we will have better connectivity. It's coming by 2025. I think we will have. We improved the connectivity everywhere in the world, but even with 5G, we will have the right connectivity to completely be in the metaverse without any barrier. This is also the one of the vector that it will help the metaverse. 5G will help the metaverse adoption. Then also, of course, for the time being, everybody is trying a lot of things, isn't it? Always when you start something, people are trying. Is more in the consumer, by the way, because the B2B metaverse is, the experiences are almost defined. If you look at Microsoft, what they presented on the digital twins, what Mast is doing on the Expo, what other companies also is doing, the B2B, it's. I mean, the vision is, in terms of experience, is almost done. It's matter of implementation and matter of adoption. Means people will take more and more time. And I think, of course, in B2B, the network is better because the company making sure that their employees have the right laptop, the right connection. Means it's easier also for B2B, to connect and to interact in terms of physical, in terms of connectivity or or laptop or devices. I think for B2B, it's easier to have the right material.
Right. So also, I believe in a metaverse, we are trying to provide the physical experience of actually being there, walking around, having a booth in a digital setting. So how do you think that affects the UX, and how does a metaverse need to get that aspect of a UX right, so it actually feels uh, like a replica of the
Yeah,
real thing?
I think we should not duplicate exactly the physical world, isn't it? I think digital can help us, to have more things. And typically, the access should not be, a difficult or complicated access. It means people can, through digital, have more features, and more, flexibility. We should not duplicate exactly what we have in physical world. We should give this feeling that the digital world is linked to the physical world. We should also track what is happening in physical world to take advantage of it, but we should create experiences more different, give us more advantages. Typically, augmented reality, for example, you can, with augmented reality, do more by testing the product or manipulating the product than really the physical product itself. Okay, with augmented reality, you add a layer where you can do virtually what you cannot do physically. This is very important. At the same time, I think we should not be very far from what people do currently with the web. If we should give them an experience, an easy experience, and not change completely things by giving them tools that they cannot use, or they will take a lot of time to use. It should be really people who want to use the laptop, they can use laptop, but step by step, they will learn how to work with an avatar, how to make a lot of things with an avatar. They will learn how to exchange between avatars. Then they will learn how to work with digital twins products, digital twins, to learn more. They will also learn about how to get advantage in terms of education of all these digital assets. This is really very important. And also what is important in my perception is that there is intelligence, artificial intelligence behind this metaverse. Means it's not only about gaming, it's not only about avatars, it's also about learning from the experiences. And by learning from the experiences, we can improve our work, we can improve our approach, and we can improve our life. It's very important that when you think about the metaverse, and this is what we did in MAST, is really implementing everything to have all the interactions, to study them, and also to have matchmaking, to be able, to match people and to match a product, and also to learn to recommend, learn and recommend to people, to participants, to visitors, or to exhibitors about their business.
Right. So it's not only about replicating the physical world, it's actually extending it, but in a step-by-step manner.
Exactly. It's not about, I love what the sum up that you did, the great, brilliant. It's not about duplicating, it's about extending, and we need to go step by step. We should not wait that everything is ready. Everybody can start now by visiting, by having a little, let's say, a booth or a little thing in the metaverse, by creating inside the metaverse for creating, if you are an artist creating maybe an art, or if you are a startup creating something on the metaverse, and also thinking about that people need step by step to adopt. And I think in the future we will see more and more use cases, more and more 2D web. It will be, you know, converted to 3D websites.
Right, indeed. So now coming to the blockchain aspect of it. So we can, as of now, we can imagine the use cases would be decentralized identity, probably decentralized application and
Yeah,
exchange of payments and value. So how is blockchain being used as part of metaverse today? And how
yeah.
do you think that use will going to evolve in the next
Yeah,
few years?
I really invite you to look at and invite many people. A new initiative launched by Anna Karenina, she's a designer, and she was at 27, I think, was you know, selected as top 30 and under 30 by you know, she's really very first, a very brilliant person, and also very talented person, very brilliant person, and a very active person. And she launched the initiative Metaverse Fashion Council. And this Metaverse Fashion Council is aims, you know, to help all those designers to work together in centralize it, you know, with the blockchain, but also help investors, you know, to invest, help designers to sign their product, to protect their IP. And typically this is a great initiative. It's a great application because it will change this, you know, fashion world. Before, if you wanted to be known, if you wanted to your design is known, you can design a lot in your home, but nobody will see them, isn't it? Because you don't have the money to go to Paris or to go to somewhere, you know, or you don't have the right communication agency to help you, or you don't have a mentor from this industry to help you. And the investor never invests in this industry on young talent because it's not for them something that they can scale. They don't know about it. They don't, you know, and this initiative will change, will disrupt, you know, completely this fashion industry because all the designers can participate. Their works will be seen by everybody and protected, not only seen, but protected with the blockchain. Means I can show my work to the world and protected it, and everybody knows it's me. And this is the blockchain, isn't it? Because before the risk, if you show your product, that somebody else take it and have the money, you know, to display it some else or to and you cannot do anything. Now with blockchain, you can create and make your art visible to everybody, and nobody can steal from you this art. And this is a big change in this industry. Also, the investor can see, can compare, can go through all those and can decide to invest by cryptocurrency or other, but can you know, it becomes decentralized and open market and open, you know, for everybody. This is why I think it's very important to look also at this initiative, means that what they are doing for at the Metaverse Fashion Council, because they are the most advanced. I think the fashion industry is the most advanced now to get advantage from this blockchain technology and this Metaverse technology. From our side, same thing, means we are really, for the time being, MAST is looking for a solution, for a blockchain solution, but we want something green. This is what we said. We will not go for blockchain that is not green. This is very important for us because it's part of our value. We cannot allow ourselves today to go with a blockchain that harming our environment. And but as soon as we plan it by 2023, we are already looking at solutions by 2023 to implement a blockchain, but a greener solution, to make sure that also all the engineers, the inventors can create their products, can promote their products, can sign their work and protect it.
Right, indeed. So I believe one major thing that a metaverse like this is going to enable is the sale and purchase of digital assets. So as you mentioned, that could be fashion wear in a digital form. That could be many other form and many other kind of things. So what do you think of this digital asset market, and how do you see that will evolve in the coming years?
Oh, I'm not really an expert in this area. Means we'll see how it will work. I mean, personally, I think that is a natural, a normal path. Means I think that digital art, if you look at digital art, I mean, I look at many, many arts, and it's really beautiful. Means personally, I like it a lot of a lot of creativity, a lot of new things. It's really I really invite people to look through it. It's beautiful, it's new, it's modern, it's creative, and I really enjoy it. It gives happiness to see all those art moving, not only showing details, but it's moving, it's doing things. I find this really great. Okay, this is why I think that it will take off and is taking off. You have the security, but you have also the art itself. I think also that internet is moving from just displaying things to owning. This is what I mentioned it in internet. You see Sandbox, they succeeded in selling lands. You see many metaverses, they have this business model to sell lands, to sell, I think that this is also internet move to go and to own something in digital, in the metaverse. I think it's the direction.
Right, certainly. So, what is the kind of ecosystem do you have for these technologies? Because you're in Paris, so what is the kind of ecosystem in Paris or in France in particular, and in Europe? What kind of ecosystem is evolving?
Yeah, I mean, we are based in Paris, but really we are, very worldwide. Means we try to take. We are digital, isn't it? Means the physical location is not really the only way to communicate for us. We are trying to have this diversity, this inclusion, and really to make it happen. This is very important for us. I always say that in B2B Metaverse, we have 3 values and 3 E: ecology, education, and inclusion. This is very, very important for us to make sure that diversity, inclusion is part of our organization and our culture. Saying this, that Paris, and typically Paris-Saclay, it's the biggest cluster in Europe in terms of technology. It's well known. It's really a big cluster with a lot of high schools, but like Polytechnique, HEC. But not only high schools, you have many big companies with their laboratories like Danone, Total, other companies. And of course, this make it very rich in terms of exchanges, in terms of getting information, in terms of experiencing and seeing experiences. This is for sure. But here again, our experience and our ADN is worldwide.
Right. Indeed. Right. So also one thing that needs to be done with new technology is the technology itself, blockchain. But another thing that is also important is to build the right business models, right revenue models on top of it.
Hmm.
So that is certainly an exploration stage at this point. But how are you tackling this problem? Because you have to build a new business model now.
Yeah, I mean, this is, I think, is always a big question, isn't it? And I think all the industry is trying to do. Typically, sandbox, you buy a land, and with this land, you do, and they give you the land plus tools to build content, and it's up to you to do. But if you look at this land, it costs us, I mean, I saw $1 million, and it becomes very expensive for any company. The model that we selected, as I mentioned it, is to make sure that everybody can participate to the metaverse. Every company can participate to the metaverse. This is why we have those booths at €90 per month. It's for a company, for the whole company, you know, just to come to have their own digital assets inside the metaverse, to interact, to you know, learn about the metaverse, to learn also from other companies, from the whole ecosystem, and till means, of course, tens of thousands to when you build your own metaverse. Means it's very important, you know, to have this offer, this model that everybody can participate. This is, otherwise the metaverse, you know, it doesn't make sense to have it, isn't it? If it should be free for visitor. If you visit, it should be free. It doesn't make sense, you know, to put a price for people who come to learn. It should be free for anybody from anywhere. People can enter, can exchange, can network, can you know, matchmake. We all those tools we give it for free for people. They can network, matchmake, exchange, attend conferences, look at all the replays, ask a question to the experts, visit the booth. Everything for visiting is for free. Very important to have everybody, and also to make sure that is worldwide. The other point is depend on the investment, the brand investment, the brand size. We build different, you know, offer from €19 per month to thousands of euro per month, and every company will take the decision depend on the visibility they wanted to have, the maturity of their decision, but at least everybody can try.
Right, indeed. So, you know, we are also seeing many metaverse projects coming. So, as you mentioned, Sandbox, Decentraland, those would be the popular ones today. So, do you see many metaverses existing parallelly, or do you see some consolidation going to happen eventually?
Oh, as any business, when you start by many, because everybody is trying. You have many startups, and more maturity come, more and more consolidation. This is the classical path, and how things you know, move generally. I think that it will not be one metaverse for everybody, one controlled by one body. Okay, it will be like internet today. Means internet today is one internet for everybody, but everybody has you know, his or her own assets, web, digital place, its own asset too, and own interactivity. I think it's simple evolution from the Web 2 today to a big Web 3. This is the metaverse, where you have a lot of websites, a lot of metaverses. To make it simple, at least I wanted to see things simple. I don't like what is complicated. It's just an evolution from 2D to 3D with more interactivity and more, you know, advantages, more benefits for people.
Indeed. So, in terms of the technological application, in terms of building this metaverse, so one layer is definitely the blockchain, where you have your key stored, your asset stored. Another layer would be the storage of all the data. Another layer would be the computing that is required to render all this 3D metaverse. So, how much of this is actually decentralized? And how much of this can be decentralized? Can we have
Yeah.
completely?
Yeah, I mean, this is, I don't think, this is, here again, I'm not an expert. This is my vision of life, if you allow me. Uh, I don't see that everything will be decentralized tomorrow, isn't it? This is my vision, that the states are very strong. You see, for crypto money, as soon as it becomes important, states started, to have a structure for crypto money, to have a central bank for crypto money, to have laws for crypto money. Means states are very important in our day-to-day life, and they will not allow a complete decentralization. What we can decentralize, I think, is like what Anna did, means industry by themselves. They decide to decentralize, like fashion or electronics, semiconductor, means not only fashion, any industry decide by itself to work decentralized, I think. And typically industry 4.0 will need this decentralization in the way, if they want to really to move. Means I do believe that it's coming, but it will more related to an ecosystem, more related to an industry, more related than really related to a state, or saying that the world will be decentralized. This is my perception. It will be an hybrid model between decentralized and centralized.
Right, certainly. I think I do agree with that point. So not everything is going to be decentralized tomorrow, and we're going to eventually move from in stages of decentralization.
Yeah.
Sure. So with that, I'll also let audience ask a question to you if someone would like to speak.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi.
I don't have any doubts, but the insights that you gave us on the B2B Metaverse and the various possibilities, I think that was a really creative eye-opener for us. Thank you so much. It was a really insightful time we had. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Madhu.
So with that, thank you very much.
Thank you, my pleasure. It was
show.
my pleasure, and hi to India. I hope that I can come back soon after all what happened. I love this country, and just hi to everybody from India. Love you.